Well, welcome back, my friends all, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. Now, we're in the swamp, and we are looking at the Ghost XL design. Well, it was made by Dustin over at North Edge Tools. Jason Fleming, Straight Edge Knives, sent it to me, said, man, you want to check it out? I said, hell yeah. So Dustin North owns Straight Edge Tools. He made it. I'm not sure. I know he's got a smaller version of this, and I'm not sure if Jason was the one that wanted a bigger version. He decided to make a bigger version. I'm not sure. Dustin put it in the comments, or Jason. Shout out to North Edge Tools. Shout out to Straight Edge Knives. Check them both out. 80 CRV2, G10 handle scales. I'm gonna give you a good look. Now, we're gonna shoot this two different ways. I'm gonna talk through the first part while we're in the swamp, because really, truly, honestly, guys, I'd rather kind of talk my way through it while we're in the moment out here. And I shot some normal testing that we'll show you. I'll narrate that part. But in the meantime, let's see what she's got. Now, just so everybody knows, there are 1 million of these vines. They hold Florida together. So it ain't nothing that won't grow back, and they'll choke out trees. What I wanted to do is just come out here and play around some if you want the truth. This thing is wicked, it's fun. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'll be 100% honest with you. This is not a bushcrafty knife. You can look at it and see. Could you do it? Yeah, I'm sure you could. But that's not what this is for. This is, to me, it's a weapon. I've called it a war dagger in a couple of shorts, and I think that aptly describes it. It is razor sharp. And I'll be honest with you, it's comfortable as hell. Now, when we get to the narration part, I'll give you specs. We'll do all that. We're on the east side of the swamp. Typically, I start on the west side and work my way east. We're doing backwards today, or backwards, as my dear late grandmother from North Carolina used to say. So come on with us. Man, I love this thing. Let's trudge through the swamp. I'll talk to you about the knife. I'll talk to you about why I love it, kind of the ins and outs of it. Let's go. Guys, I wanted to go over something with you real quick too. A lot of times in these videos, you hear me say, oh, I love this, or I love that. And I do. But I want you to understand why that is. A lot of times on this channel, we have custom made things. That's what this is. And I have people say, well, Scab, that's just not for me. I get it. It's not all for me. And you say, well, Scab, how can you love it? It's simple, guys. A huge part of this channel is figuring out what the designer was thinking, what the maker was thinking. Is it a weapon? Is it a tool? And we can fall into that trap, right? A lot of all knives are tools, all knives are weapons. This is a damn weapon. That's what this is. Steel and a handle. It's as basic as you can get. I love it. It's got good grip. I'm sweating. I've had no slippage. We're going to do some stabbing later on. But it's not always some kind of sales pitch. It's really not. I understand where that can be confusing, but since I don't sell them, I don't understand how it could be. You know what I'm saying? Now these vines grow in the millions. So everybody will be all right, and all my dear tree-hugging friends will be okay. The reason that I'm out here is there's no way to do any kind of like bushcrafting and stuff like that. That's not what this is. But I thought we could get some good chopping in, some good stabbing in, some good slicing in. little deadfall in here. We'll cut our way in. Like I say, guys, we'll go over the knife completely in the narrated part, which is coming up in just a few minutes. I just wanted to get some time out here. I love this thing. The truth is, if you needed to use it like a small machete, you could. It's done very, very well, very comfortable in hand, light, balanced, sharp. It swung very well. Now, typically, I wouldn't come out here without a machete, but honestly, I feel confident enough with this thing. I like it. Let's take a better look at it. Let's get some stats and some causes in. I got about 6 or 7 minutes film that I need to get to you. So let's jump on that. This thing's tough, son. Dustin did a hell of a job, Jason. I'm jealous, bud. Damn good design. Let's cut this and we'll move forward. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me in the swamp. Listen, sometimes, man, you just got to get out in the woods. I hadn't really planned on doing that, but I thought, man, let me get out here and let's just see what this has. Now, the second half of this video is going to be more of our standard demonstrations and things like that. That's a piece of steel reinforced sandblast hose. Cut it pretty well. Honestly, when you're standing there holding it, if you've never cut something like that, it's hard to tell. And then I'm leaned all the way over. I wanted to be out of position, right? I didn't want to be super comfortable doing this. And I'll be honest with you, I have fallen in love with this blade. But again, it has more to do with learning it, seeing what it's for, seeing the uses, seeing that kind of thing. And I'll be honest with you, the biggest thing that I love on this channel is getting to try out different makers, different designs, different thought processes, different ways of making. It comes with a beautiful leather sheath. And man, this has been the enjoyment that I get out of learning it is what I was trying to express earlier. That's what you guys hear in these narrations. That's what you guys see in this video. I could give a shit if you buy anything. I'm just being honest with you. I love figuring it out. And here's 2 thoughts I've had in my head ever since I picked this thing up. One, war dagger. I don't know why. That's the vibe I get. The second thing is, this is a finisher. This will be carried on the battlefield to finish somebody off. Those are just the 2 thoughts, the 2 vibes I get. Let's get in the nuts and bolts of this thing. This is the Ghost XL. It's made by North Edge Tools. It is 80 CRV2. The finish is a cold blued stonewash. The handle scales are paisley material from rock solid scales with white G10 liners. Now, the blade thickness, I pull it with a tape measure, was between 3/16 and 1/4 inch, right? I could have floated, but it's right in there. The overall length is 17.5 inches. The blade length is 12 inches. The cutting edge is 11.5 inches. The blade width is 7/8. The handle length is 5 5/16. The inner grip, 5 1/8. Any hand in the world can hold this, I promise you. And it's 13/16 inches thick, almost an inch thick. I wanted to focus on this right here. This is carpet backing, carpet padding. It is a soft thing, yes, but if you've ever stabbed it, you understand that it'll, like right here, boom, it'll stop you dead in your tracks. Not every time we stab something are we trying to go, ooh, look how well it stabs. We're getting the grip. How is the grip? I got to be honest with you, these handles are contoured and textured, and I had no slip in the swamp, no slip here. And I purposely did action. That's just a water hose, and I just found that incredibly fun until I did that, and it's like, well, but here's the thing. I didn't want to come in and do a lot of bushcrafty stuff. I do a little batoning, like on one board later, but that's more, I'll explain that as we get there. You're not bushcrafting with it, right? This is a war dagger. Now look how sharp this sumbitch is. Look how I'm cutting that. It's not folded. I'm cutting it straight down. That's that watch. Guys, when I say sharp as shit, son, I'm not kidding with you. This thing is wicked sharp, super comfortable in hand, easy easy to use. Now, that's that Kevlar fire hose stuff that I was sent a buttload of. It's a good cutting medium. If you get it right, it slices clean. If you get the wrong way on that shit, it ain't cutting, son. The Ghost did very, very well with it. I just enjoyed it. I took the Ghost last night for a walk. Leather sheath, tucked it inside my belt. That's the way I carry knives. Always have. I'm not saying I always will, but that's comfortable. Here we're going to do some overall sharpness stuff, and we're going to cut some bottles. I decided to do some things a little differently to show you some different aspects of this. The thing that I love, watch this, bip, bip, fast hands. The other side you guys don't see a lot of when I'm cutting doubles and shit like that is I move all the way around the post. I try it from every different angle. It's not just because I've had people say, well, you need to try the bottles this way, this way. It's not about cutting. There are guys on here, Eric Hussein, Joe, Donnie, Space Ghost, Tempest, all these guys that are phenomenal cutters. It's about the cutting. With me, it's about learning the knife, getting the feel for the knife. Watch this. This is a 1x4. Bam. No damage to the edge. This is 3/4 inch high pressure industrial hose. Right through it, son. And here's what makes this a little more difficult is when you're holding it. Like if I had a way to hang it up or had a way to do something like that, it's totally different. Now here, this was more about a one chop shop than it was baton, okay? But I thought, let's test the edge a little bit. Let's see what it does. Blew right through there. And that's all I wanted to do with that. I was not interested in bushcrafting. Watch this. I was impressed with this knife as much as I have been. Check out North Edge Tools. And again, Jason, I'm jealous, man. This thing is just dope. And it's beautiful. I'll try to give you a good look in a minute. Guys, while we have about a minute left, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere, right? We talk about that a lot. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. I back the blue. It's not popular, and I'm okay with that. I have my reasons. They're not what you think, and we'll just leave it there. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. Finally, if you are an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. Well, this right here, there's Megatron. This right here, son, blew me away. It's almost as sharp as when I got it. And there was a couple times out there in the swamp, I just hacked my way through that I didn't show you because I wanted to make this a manageable video, something that you'd watch some of at least. I love this thing. Phenomenal, phenomenal blade. But remember, oh yeah, do a little scabbard. Hey, I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.